Hello everyone and welcome back to Fed News, the April 23rd edition of your fake figure wrestling news. This week, of course, we had pay-per-views and new champions, so let's get started. So nothing in the wrestling news. However, though, the King of the Ring did start up this week with the 16 people selected. EC3 would defeat Gangrel to advance in the tournament. Iron Sheik also would defeat Jesse Gemini to advance in the tournament. Steve Blackman would defeat Jake Gemini to advance in the tournament. And the main event would see Charlie Haas defeat Val Venus to advance in the tournament. So the new guys, the Imperium would defeat LA Knight and Bo Dallas. Stone Cold Steve Austin continues his undefeated streak by beating Billy Graham. And Owen Hart defeats Razor Ramon by pinfall. WCW had a show this week as Street Profits defeated the Nasty Boys again to prove they were not a fluke. Drew McIntyre defeated Junkyard Dog. The Great Muta defeats Cedric Alexander in a rematch to try to get his win back. The main event would see Dolph Ziggler and Sean O'Haire defeat Macho Man and Bill Goldberg by pinfall. Over on Level Up, Demolition would defeat Singh Bros, and William Regal defeats Brian Pillman by pinfall. ECW held its show today as Paul Burchill defeats Shinsuke Nakamura, making his debut. Same with Paul Burchill. Kingston and Xavier Woods would end in a time limit draw, and the main event would see Edge defeat Bruno Sammartino. World's End took place this week in a huge 8-match card, including one buy-in match as Darby Allin defeated Wheeler Yuta by pinfall. The Best Friends defeated Death Triangle retain their trios championships. Adam Page would defeat MJF by pinfall. FTR defeats Jurassic Express by pinfall to win the tag titles, now two-time champions. Dustin Rhodes defeats Powerhouse Hobbs to retain his FTW championship. Wardlow would take on Buddy Matthews as the hidden cloaked figure of the House of Black. The match, however, would end in DQ after Brody interfered. Wardlow pretty much had the match won. Brody would interfere, throwing the match out. So Wardlow is still your TNT champion. The Acclaim defeats Young Bucks in a third straight encounter. Samoa Joe would defeat Brody King to win back the AEW International Championship. And the main event would see Kenny Omega defend his title against Malachi Black by pinfall. Over to NXT Gold Rush now, as Santos Escobar defeats Kushida by pinfall. Braun Strowman would defeat Damian Priest to win the belt, the United Kingdom Championship that is. Alpha Academy would defend their titles against Ridge Holland and Sheamus by pinfall. Big E would defeat Omos to be crowned the next North American champion after the title was vacated because of Braun Breaker. The main event would see Carmelo Hayes and Ricochet end in a double countout, meaning that the NXT Championship is still vacant. Nothing on Ring of Honor this week. IWGP held in their show as Wrath continues his undefeated streak, defeating Noam Dar. Chris Kanyon defeated Shannon Moore by pinfall. Carlito defeats Trevor Murdoch by pinfall. And the main event would see Billy Kidman and Paul London defeat Luther Reigns and Mark Jindrak by pinfall. Impact held a show this week as Mark Henry defeats Enzo by pinfall, and Big Cass will defeat Sin Cara by pinfall. Ezekiel Jackson will defeat Chavo Guerrero by pinfall. TNA held a show this week as Rob Terry defeats James Storm by pinfall. The Motor City Machine Guns would upset Crimson and Matt Morgan by pinfall in a non-title match, tag team title match. The main event would see D'Angelo Dinero defeat Magnus, the champion, by pinfall in a non-title match. There was nothing else this week, so that's it for this week. Check back next week as we head towards the second half of the King of the Ring qualifiers, including the aftermath of World's End.